our final speaker for like today is an absolute denim legend. If you don't know her, you're going to know her now. Her name's sort of Adrianna, and honestly, I've learned so much from her, from all the talks that she's given, all the lectures that I've seen, and we've got her for a good 20-minute session. So welcome, madam. You know, I think I was speaking to our mutual friend like Vivian Wang, who's at Kingpin Show, and she said you convinced her to come to Amsterdam. So that's how much power you have in the denim community by literally shifting a whole trade show to come to a different location. So that's how important you are. Thank you so much for being involved in Transformers Ed. I'm not going to say very much because I know we're about 5 minutes behind. I believe you're going to be sharing a presentation. So yes, take it away, and we'll come back at the end. Lots of luck.
So good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for Transformers Foundation at Ravensbourne University, London, for having me here today. I mean, it's great to be part of this 3-day initiative packed with valuable insights and information. Before I dive into the presentation, I would like to give you a bit of a context where I come from. 22 years ago, I started as a designer in the fashion industry. Since then, I have evolved into an action researcher, innovator, educator, and an advocate for circular economy based on the cradle-to-cradle design principles. So the biggest turning point for me was in 2005 when I read the book on cradle to cradle, actually cradle to cradle remaking the way that we make things, which was written by a chemist, Michael Bronkart, and an architect, William McDonough. So this book has really shaped my career ever since, because it's there that I discovered that waste is actually a design flaw. So as a fashion designer, I really felt compelled to figure out the way on how to design in a new way. So since then, my mission was to design products that are not only looking and feeling great, but also that respect people and planet. So throughout my work, rather than seeing sustainability and circularity as technical barriers or creative limitations, I always saw them as the avenues for innovation. So in 2011, I joined forces with G-Star Raw, which is a global denim brand based out of Amsterdam, who shared actually my passion for denim, responsible design, and for innovation. Initially, I was hired as a senior designer for Raw sustainable collections and women's denim. And later on, I evolved into an interdepartmental role, leading the sustainable and circular innovation, implementation, and scaling across all G-Star Raw collections. So working with G-Star over the last decade has been an incredible journey. And today I'm here to share some of my experiences and learnings. When I joined G-Star, I was working on Raw Sustainable Collection, which featured styles in organic cotton, recycled cotton, and new fiber alternatives such as nettle. This collection was innovative and experimental. And a year later, we actually stopped the capsule collection and changed the strategy, where we implemented all of our learnings from it into our general collections with focus on the bestsellers, because that way we could have a greater impact. When we started with this capsule, our impact in terms of sustainable fiber use was 1%. And just by changing our strategy, within 1 year, our impact increased by 10%. This was also the time when we set our ambitions to be 100% sustainable cotton by 2020. Because cotton represented 80% of our business, and of course 90% on sustainable in the rest of the collections. So fast forward 8 years later, targets have been reached and even surpassed. So ever since then, the strategy has pretty much been introduce all the sustainable and circular innovations as the capsules to raise the awareness, followed by a silent integration into the rest of our collections with focus on the bestsellers. So in 2013, we introduced our first circular design, where we collected G-Star Raw jeans from Amsterdam warehouses and municipality textile bins. So these were sorted, shredded into new fibers, spun into new yarns, woven into fabric and turned into new denim products. Since then, the spin-offs of the same concept of using waste as a resource have, be it pre or post-consumer waste, ranging anywhere from 7 to even 100% have been implemented beyond denim and across various product categories, such as t-shirts, jackets, shoes, and even accessories. So a few years back, we even collected dust from the denim shredding process to create hang tags and actually and packaging materials. So last year, we have also launched modular recycled denim displays for the showrooms. So following on our experimentation with fiber alternatives in 2014, we also launched Raw for the Oceans collections. So here we work together with Parley and Bionic Yarn to reclaim the plastic waste from the seashores, transforming them into replacement for the virgin polyester yarns. This is also when we also set the goals to eliminate all virgin polyester by 2020, replacing it, of course, with recycled polyester, be it from the seashore waste or PET bottles, airplane trays, or any other certified recycled plastic feedstock. So going beyond circular fibers, we also worked on circular dyes. So in 2017, we were actually the world's first denim brand to launch the denim collection colored with earth colors. And earth colors are dyes that are made from upcycled plant waste. We did this in collaboration with Archroma, which is a dye producer from Spain, who actually collected the local agricultural waste to create the pigments. Actually, Miguel, who you already know, was actually leading this project on the side of Archroma. So it's a really great memory and nice to see you here again, Miguel. So beautiful thing about these colors is that they're traceable from dirt to product. For example, the brown tone you see on the slide is made from the beetroot waste from the food industry, and the green and green tones and blue are made from the saw palmetto leftovers of the herbal industry. So since 2017, we expanded this range under the name of Colored by Nature. And there we introduced new colors and constructions across other product categories, such as jackets, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and t-shirts, of course. In 2018, we were the first brand to actually bring to the market a collection of garments dyed with Resichrome colors, and Resichrome colors are made from upcycled textile waste. This was done in collaboration with Officina Plus 39 from Italy, who actually collected the textile waste from the apparel productions in their vicinity. Later on, of course, we ran these dyes in general collections on basic t-shirts as well as jeans. So in February 2018, we brought to the market world's first cradle-to-cradle gold certified denim fabric as part of our most sustainable jeans to date at that particular time. So together with our partners, Dystar, who's an indigo producer from Germany, and Artistic Milliners, a denim mill from Pakistan, we formulated a revolutionary indigo technology that was designed to leave a clean and recyclable water effluent. To create the garments with utmost care for people and planet, we worked with our longstanding partner and garment maker, Cytex from Vietnam. So launching this fabric in our iconic styles marked a kind of stepping stone towards circular future in the denim industry based on the cradle-to-cradle design principles. So for those not so familiar with cradle-to-cradle philosophy and certification, I'll just briefly explain. Cradle-to-cradle philosophy is inspired by nature. In nature, there is no concept of waste. Everything effectively becomes food for another organism or a system, and all the materials are reutilized in safe cycles. So in order to implement this philosophy into products, a cradle-to-cradle certification standard, which is powered by the Cradle-to-Cradle Products Innovation Institute, is used as a framework. So Cradle to Cradle certification is the only certification designed for circular product economy. It's the most rigorous, and because it requires unparalleled levels of transparency, and because it looks at design from a very holistic perspective by taking into consideration 5 things. So material health, second one is product circularity, then you have the clean air and climate protection as a third, fourth is water and soil stewardship, and the fifth one is the social fairness. So rigor of this certification is further amplified by different levels of product that can achieve. So ranging from bronze to silver to gold to platinum. So for example, in order to achieve gold, all 5 categories must have gold score. Even if one score is bronze, then the entire certification falls down to bronze. So it's quite rigorous. We were actually very proud when we created the world's first cradle-to-cradle certified gold denim fabric that we scored platinum, which meant there was 0 risk for people and planet in the chemistry of the fabric. So this slide, I know, summarizes the start and evolution of G-Star's cradle-to-cradle journey. I know it looks a bit overwhelming, but don't worry, I'll just walk you through it. So in case you may wonder why we started with the fabric first, we started with it because it makes up 98–99% of the garment. So this way we could have a greater impact. So by going through the fabric certification process, first we have learned to optimize existing fabrics, and then also we also learned how to optimize our future ones. So ever since the launch of the first, or actually the world's first cradle-to-cradle gold denim fabric, each quarter, as you can see on this busy slide, we have been building up on this innovation. So to date, 12 more fabrics according to the same principles in various constructions and shades have hit the market, including the world's first cradle-to-cradle gold stretch denim, as well as black. Gold stretch denim fabric came in 19Q4, and in 20Q4 we came up with the black. So the natural next step was to dive deeper and go beyond the fabric. So this is when we started to analyze and optimize and innovate other components that make up the garment according to the cradle-to-cradle principles at gold level. So these included interlinings, pocketing, prints, threads, labels, button, rivets, washing techniques, and garment manufacturing processes. So in order to achieve this, we worked very closely with 13 of our supply chain partners and their assessors, including YKK and Coates, whose actually presentations you saw today. So this entire process, starting from the creation of the world's first cradle-to-cradle denim fabric to optimizing the other garment components at gold level, is what I call creation of circular design toolbox. Because only by having the right tools can we design the circular products of the future. So once we have built our circular design toolbox in 20Q1, we brought to the market fully certified cradle-to-cradle gold G-Star denim products, as well, so denim products and t-shirts. So in terms of features, what is the cradle-to-cradle certified gold G-Star product? It is a product designed for circularity, meaning it's 100% recyclable. It contains zero harmful chemicals in all of its components. Zero water was wasted during the make and the wash of these garments, and it has been manufactured using 100% renewable energy. So just like for all of our circular innovations, in order to scale them throughout the collections, we applied these learnings to our bestsellers and never out of stock styles. So more variations of the fabrics and the products according to the same principles are actually continuously being developed. So after all, as we all know, circularity and sustainability are journeys of continuous improvement. So as you most of you can imagine, working in the sphere of sustainability and circularity is a challenging yet a very rewarding journey, full of learnings. So I wanted to share a few points which I believe you will find relevant in your future developments. So advancing education regarding sustainability and circularity and system thinking within schools, businesses, and amongst other stakeholders is actually vital to creating a behavioral shift. It's great to see that the Transformers Ed and Ravensbourne University series are fully actually addressing this aspect. Another thing is that collaboration, it's not only the key to innovation, but actually to virtually everything that we do. So all of the work I have ever done was actually a result of a close collaboration of interdisciplinary stakeholders. So as students, I encourage you to really keep your horizons open and connect to the peers and faculty inside and outside of your studies, as well as interest in when you're creating your solutions. So in the end, it all seems to kind of boil down to SDG number 17, which is all about partnership for the goals. Another thing is transparency and traceability, simply put, are actually the intel behind sustainability and circularity. Without them, it's actually impossible to track the resources, inputs and levels of their purity. It's not possible to measure the impact. It's not possible to have an overview and to share correct information. So consequently, it makes it very difficult to provide solutions for the future and to hold anyone accountable. So if transparency and traceability are not integral part of your design or product development, you're actually not future-proofing yourself. Another thing is that one entity using an innovative solution alone cannot change the industry. This is why when we actually launched the world's first cradle-to-cradle gold certified denim fabric in 2018, we made the fabric open source. So this meant that other brands could use the fabric and 2 other mills could learn about the revolutionary indigo technology that leaves the clean and recyclable water effluent that we developed with our partners. So they could also adapt these practices in their own productions. So later on, when we certified the entire products, we also created an open access to the rest of the circular design toolbox. So by sharing our findings and solutions, others could actually not have to do double work. Instead, they could help build upon it and consequently scale and accelerate circular practices. So in order to really make a difference, positive, innovative solutions are actually at scale are the key. So it was also great to hear today from Lucie Brigham from the UN Office of Partnership regarding the Conscious Fashion and Lifestyle Network Knowledge Platform Registry, which has kicked off and where you can sign up towards the end of the month. So this sort of initiatives will also help us further scale and accelerate these responsible practices. So thinking about the future, one should reflect on the past and question the state of the current affairs. Circularity is here to eliminate the concept of waste. In essence, it's about using waste as a resource. However, today's challenge is that most of the waste we have was never designed to be reused in the first place. And we often find ourselves retro-engineering solutions into the problem. So moving forward, it's actually very vital to design holistically with an intent for the next use by implementing safe materials, clean energy, and processes that respect water, soil, and all life. This approach is actually an enabler of innovation across the supply chains and products. Furthermore, it fosters transparency, responsible and collaborative human behavior, diversified infrastructure, and new business models, which are all necessary in driving the systemic change towards the circular economy. So as for tomorrow, it actually belongs to us, but especially to you. As citizens, as in the future designers, you actually have the choice, a joy, and the responsibility to envision and engineer the products that you want to surround yourself with and the world that you want to live in. So think about what is your intention, and in case you get lost, I think the SDGs can be your compass. So thank you very much for your attention.
Your presentation was so clear and so good. And just a little fun fact, I've also used like Resichrome only recently, and Resichrome is made from like recycled garment waste. And unbelievably, we used it in our collection for Blast Recast at TENCEL. And I used Resichrome for the first time on paper products as well. So the whole, not only did we use the waste from the collection, which wasn't very much, but we used the actual cutting waste. We made that into paper and then we printed it with Resichrome. So such a wonderful way of thinking in a circular way. But you're right, we have to think about our waste and actually engineering it so there's no waste. You're right, you know, design, it's a real flaw that we make garments with waste as well. So we're going to have, tomorrow is so awesome. We got such a great day, and stay with us as well. You can go through the program with us as well, which would be awesome. So Miguel, any thoughts on that today?
No, well, my thought is that it's such a wonderful thing to have people like Adriana, Lucie, and all the rest of the speakers. Absolutely, I mean, it's absolutely wonderful that, you know, we can, you know, have this group of, you know, denim celebrities together. You know, making presentations.
One big family.
No, Adriana, we know each other since long. No, Adriana is very special. That's for the student. Adriana is very special because she has been a die-hard defender of circularity when the word circularity was not even in the dictionary. Okay, so, and she's not only praying, she's proving. I mean, she's demonstrating things with facts. So it's not just talking and that's it. No, she proves her ideas with products. So of course, I mean, Adriana is, what can I say about her? She's.
Thank you, Miguel.
She's okay. And you mentioned me on this project that we run
we
a few
worked
years
together
ago.
on Earth Colors. It's amazing.
We work all together. Myself, my team, my company worked together a lot with Adriana and some mills. And very good memories over you. You made me old.
Question before we end the session, we have some questions. So after making your best practice open source, how much adoption have you seen from the industry? Obviously, you've worked for G-Star, you've seen other people, you've given loads of talks, Adriana, you've given loads of talks. So you've influenced hundreds of people.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most beautiful thing is like, so the fabric certification came from Pakistan. Okay, within 2 years, 6 other mills in Pakistan were actually certifying alone. So the ripple effect was quite great. And not only like G-Star that has certified denim products, of course, you have the CNA, you have the the Lee recently, of course.
That was with Artistic Milliners, right? Which mill was it that first adopted? Which mill was it? Can you say?
No, I mean, we developed it with Artistic Milliners. Yes. So with Artistic Milliners, we developed this. And then since then, all the other mills in their area started to actually look into the same processes, which is great. But it wasn't only like in Pakistan, but also all over the world. I mean, if you look at Dye-Star Kadira technology, a lot of people are using it globally. And I think we should use it even more because, you know, that's one of the things.
Design's first signal for human intention. Okay, first a quote. Is it possible to make every product C2C or sustainable in other ways? How can we balance sustainability with profits? That's the ultimate question, isn't it? All our fast fashion friends, all our friends who do really big production.
I think if you decide that you want all your products to be C2C, you can do it. It's just about a choice. It's a matter of choice of what kind of investment you're willing to make and what things are you going to bring into the market. I mean, for example, when we launched all our C2C products, we had, you know, it was cost neutral for all the customers. All the investment was actually absorbed by the brand and the supply chain. So it's possible, but I'm not saying that people should not value their clothing. And just that in order to actually scale it, we had to keep it cost neutral for the customer, even though we would have to take the initial cutback, but if you look at things in the long term, you know, when you're saving on your energy, when you're saving on your water consumption, when you're not having any toxic waste that you don't have to that you have to answer for. So it's like, in a short, this is a long-term commitment. This is not about one capsule collection. It is about changing mindset on how you want, first of all, to design your products, and second of all, how do you want to produce them, and also how you want to re-loop them back into the system.
Obviously, most people are saying, you know, sustainability comes at a cost, right? Especially if you're going to go to all this extent to go do all this work, then you need to blockchain it. You need to prove that you're doing it like sort of properly. So there are systems in place, I'm sure.
There are systems in place, and that's great. And I think we need more systems to do that. But we just have to remember, like, the resources of the earth are finite. If we are not paying attention what we are using, how we are using, and if we are not reusing things, and we are not being smart about anything, we will face a bigger challenge of like not even having resources to make things. Yeah. So I think yeah, you just have to design with an intent, and you have to think about what your intent is. And I think if we just look at the SDGs as our compass, the message is clear.
Yeah. So stay with us. We're going to go through the program for tomorrow. It'll be good to get your opinion. So if Joanne could share the program for tomorrow. So this is what we've got going on tomorrow, and it's awesome. So we have Lorena from Crescent. She's going to be doing some inspiration for us. It's going to be great. We've got Gunn, the infamous Gunn from the vintage showroom. I don't know what he's doing, but it's going to be awesome. We've got a panel talk about 3D design, which I'm going to be doing, so it's going to be interesting. We've got the amazing Rowan Hunt, who's doing a brand new presentation for us. Which is all about the secret life of denim. We've got Nick Williams as well, a branding specialist, an amazing author. He's doing something about like sustainable packaging and trim, so not to be missed. We have the amazing like Danielle Elsner, who recently graduated from the RCA with her MA, and she's done a whole massive project about zero waste, and she got awarded the 50,000 euro design award. She's epic, and she's done it all in denim, so it'd be good to hear her thoughts. And then we got Bayzed from Naked and Famous, who's going to tell his story about creative marketing and his own story. If you look at any cool marketing stories, and Naked and Famous have been up there with their great marketing. So great things for students, all again, not to be missed. Right, Miguel, like sort of like Adriana, any comments about tomorrow? And like Miguel?
Sounds like an amazing day. I mean, yesterday was great. Today was great. I think, you know, this 3-day sessions, I mean, these type of, you know, holistic approach sessions, and like identifying each part of the supply chain and celebrating the innovations, and also recognizing the challenges and you know, and figuring out how to fix them is something that it needs to be out there. And this whole Transformers Ed initiative is great in helping raise the awareness and improving the literacy when it comes to sustainability and circularity.
Definitely.
Well, right. The message is that okay, is that the last day of the Transformers City, and all the presentations are great. All the speakers are great, and again, none of the presentations are to be missed. So please join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time and enjoy, you know, a very wonderful day. It's a kind of denim party. This is not a educational event. It's a kind of party, and we need people to participate. Okay,
it's a family reunion.
It's a kind of family reunion. So we cannot distribute drinks on the internet because okay, that's not possible. But listen, we can have a kind of family session, okay, a reunion, and talk about something that we all love. Okay, denim is something that we all love. So yeah, let's make it better.
So super. Cheers to that. Bring your own drink.
Well, I have mine here, but you can. It's an aquarium. There's not a lot of alcohol here.
Okay.
Ginger tea.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining the second day of Transformers Foundation, Transformers Ed UK Ravensbourne edition. Any questions, just send them over to the foundation on their website. There's a Learn Hub section there. Someone from the foundation will definitely reply. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.
See you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the final day, which is awesome. Not not to be missed. Have a great evening, everyone.
Have a very good evening, everyone. Thanks all.